Howdy, my name's Chris Decato. I'm here at Blue Mountain Guitar in West Lebanon, New Hampshire. And I'm gonna do a video. This whole video is about this little amp that's behind me. It's a Univox U45-B. And before I get too deep into this, I just kind of want to say, completely inspired, totally, 100%, by Keith Williams and the 5 Watt World videos. They're so much fun to watch, such great information packed into this 20 minutes or so. They're such a blast, such great work. Check it out. It's in the link below. The link will be down there. Check that out. Also, he turned me on to Johan Segeborn, who somehow has the keys to like a warehouse full of the most amazing amps in the world. And he gets to go and just kind of jam out on them. So he's doing these videos, a lot of playing. And his playing is interesting and creative and beautiful. And they're so much fun to watch and listen to him play. I mean, he's just such a great player. And the amps are just to die for, you know? So that's really what inspired me to make this video, because I love this little fella. And it's been with me for about 25 years, maybe a little more. And the story about how I found it's kind of fun. And so if you just want to hear the amp, zip up, I don't know, a couple of minutes. But I'm going to blather on a little bit. And I'm not so much going to do what Kieth does with the 5 Watt World, because you can go to the wiki and find out more than I'm not going to do all that investigating for you. I do know a little bit that it's kind of upstate New York company. I think it was Unicord, was it? They made, Transformers. There's a blip in there, talks about how they were able to get Marshall to change their design to use their Transformers to get distributed in the States, which is interesting. And I don't know. They made, they started making these little amps and other amps. I actually bought a 70s Univox from a friend, Chris Pern. I bought this head to power a Leslie cabinet, and it wasn't that awesome. It was all transistors. It was this mid-70s kind of thing. And my friend Mark Steves, actually, we gutted that thing and built a basement out of it. I'm going to do a video about that amp next, which is an incredible amp. This guy's a genius, and hand-wired the whole thing. I mean, it's beautiful. So that's coming up next. But for right now, the story about this little fella is in Gary's Guitars in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 93, 94 maybe. Back in there somewhere, Skip Galliant was a local keyboard player, was selling a Hohner clavinet. And man, I wanted that clavinet. I really did. And I would go in, I hung out at Gary's a lot, probably drove him crazy, especially when I'd come in and plug in the clavinet and start honking away on it. It was so much fun. What a great little instrument that is. And I would just plug it into the nearest, whatever amp was convenient, and it happened to be this. And I went in there a bunch of times before it finally dawned on me, wow, that amp actually sounds awesome. I should plug a guitar into it. So he had a Heritage, I think. It was a Heritage Les Paul on the wall. And it was like instantly Led Zeppelin 1. And Gary from across the room's like, what's that? Oh my God, And we talked about it for a minute, and I'm like, sold. He won $125. I bought this for. So I immediately brought it to a recording studio that I was working at called Fish Tracks, just up the road. And put a U87 right here. Ta-da! So that is actually the song that I recorded that day. The first song I ever recorded with this amp is the intro music that you've already listened to. And I just fell in love with this little thing. It lived in my closet with a 57 in front of it for years as my main recording amp. And that's what I would do to record at home. And since then, I do a lot of different work with different people, songwriters, and production music for commercials and all kinds of stuff. It's all this amp that I use. It's like the Swiss Army amp. Put it on 2 or 3, you get this like Matheny kind of clean, kind of pretty jazz stuff, whatever. Put it on 5 or 6, it's blues land, and you can get some grit when you dig in, but it's still super clean and beautiful. Plug a Strat into it, sounds like Fender. It's just crazy. Dime it, sounds like a Marshall. It's awesome. So I love this little fella. And so I'm just doing a little tribute video, a little demo-y kind of stuff, like what Johan does. So it's just me kind of noodling around. I wish my playing was as interesting and fun as his, but I did my best. And so check it out. I've blabbered on now for like 5.5 minutes. It's time to have a listen. So here we are at round 2.
walking home as the bells ring. I can't imagine what this year will bring. This year will bring.
So I hope you've enjoyed this little peek at what this amp can do. The Univox U45-B. It's cool. There's one for sale on Reverb right now, actually, that I just went and looked. And it has the faceplate here instead of up on, like that. It's a little different. I think it was like $350 or something. They're out there. I don't know. They're awesome amps, though. Super cool. The next video I'm going to do is going to be about the Univox transitioned into a Bassman that I have, that I power a Leslie cab with. I have to actually find a 212 cab to power it, to use it to power, because it's amazing at that, and I just don't own that right now. And there's nothing like that in the store even. So I have to figure out a way to deal with that, because it's unbelievable with a guitar into 212s. And it's amazing into the Leslie, of course. I'm going to do some stuff with the Rhodes probably, because that was the purpose of it. And it kills at that. So, but anyways, so that's the next video. See you around.